Hi there, Sagittarius. This is Carrie at wooingnature.life. Welcome to the channel and welcome to February, where you are going to get your relationship reading for the month, for this month. And so I am going to take this time to look at who you're relating to, how you're relating to them, and then we will go a little deeper into the detail of your relationships this month. We are going to do that through the Spirit Animal Oracle. I always like to go to the spirit animals to look at who's around you, because animals can tell us a lot about how to handle and how to manage those people that we are in interaction with every day. And then I also want to go to Carolyn Myss, the Archetype cards, to look at you and how you are responding and connecting to those people around you. And then to finalize the reading, the tarot portion is going to come from the Tarot of 1001 Nights. So that is one of my go-to decks for relationships or for dealing with any kind of relationship issue that you might be having. So I'm going to jump right in here with the Spirit Animal Oracle. We are looking for those individuals who are in communication and that are in relationship with my Sagittarian friends for the month of February. So these are the people that you need to be paying attention to or looking out for or being watchful of. All right. And I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck for that. So just looking at the top 3s, the top 3 individuals that we need to be paying attention to. One more, please, for my Sagittarius friends. One more for the Sagittarians, please. Okay. All right, so we've got koala spirits here. Now, I don't work with this animal directly because I don't live in Australia, but this would be an opportunity for you to go and find out as much as you can about the koala, its habitat, its tendencies, its habits, and the way that it relates to other koalas, and also its interaction with other animals in the animal kingdom. This card says that the koala spirit has a plan. And so if you are planning anything or if you are trying to develop the plans, then these may be the people for you to go to. You are also, Sagittarius, around some cow spirits. Now, these are gentle souls. These are people who are associated actually with spirituality, with the sacred cow of India, but they are also just gentle souls, gentle spirited animals, always giving, because we think about the cow and it gives milk and it also gives meat. And so when you're talking about nurturing and being mothered or being cared for or having your most immediate needs met, then the cow spirits are those people who are bringing that. And then we have the swan spirits, which to me is a symbol of transformation. It's about finding one's own beauty, finding the beauty within one's own soul. Those people who are coming into their own and who may be doing that with you, or this may be a process that you all are going through together. It says it's time to take a deep dive, so I'll take this moment. This card says it's time to take a deep dive, so I'll take this moment to do a shameless plug for Wooing Nature, which is if you would like to take a deeper dive and find out more about how you are interacting and also what your immediate needs are, both spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, then that would be a good process for you. And I can do that in groups, or I can do that individually. So I just wanted to let you know about that, because it does say that there may be some deeper level of experiencing with each other that you need to do in order for transformations to happen for all of you or for you individually, Sagittarius. All right, so these are the people who are around you: koala spirits, cow spirits, and swan spirits. So now what we're going to do is we're going to see how you are relating to each one of them. We're going to see how you're relating to those other individuals that are around you. Okay? I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck. One is going to be for your masculine and one is for your feminine, so we can see both sides. These cards come in light and shadow attributes. So if it comes in the upright, I read the light. And if it comes in the reverse, then I read the shadow aspect. So we're looking for one more for Sagittarius, please. All right, so we got you coming up both in the light aspect. So that's positive. It means that you don't have any shadow work to do in the month of February. But the light knight is loyal, romantic, is chivalrous, and has a love for honor and honors themselves in the relationships that they're in. So you are, for some people, you might be a romantic partner. For some of the people that you're surrounded by, they may see you as someone who is loyal and who is romantic and who satisfies that need for connection and attention in that way. And then you also have the exorcist here, which is freeing yourself and others from destructive patterns. So when you're talking about relationships, the main thing is for you to exercise your own demons or exercise your own issues, which it seems like you have done, and you are freeing yourself from that. When you are looking at other people now, because you have done that work, then you'll be able to easily see what needs to be expunged, what needs to be dealt with, what that individual needs to deal with to get rid of some of that old energy that's backing them up or hemming them up. You just need to be chivalrous in how you approach them. And do know that everybody is processing in their own way, in their own time, and that's not something that you need to push or force. Just allow that to happen naturally. Be a support system for them, and be an ear for them. And I think that that in and of itself is going to give you the birth that you need to continue to grow individually and not get caught up in somebody else's stuff that they need to deal with in their own accord. So I do want to share a fair amount of caution about feeling like you have to be the exorcist. This is the way people see you. They see you as being someone that can come and kind of clear the air or help them deal with their deep-rooted issues. But if you're not a mental health professional, then you can always defer to the mental health professional if you feel like you're getting in over your head with that. Okay? And with an exorcist, as the exorcist, it's also spiritual as well. So mental health professional or your spiritual health professional is who you can refer to. All right, so moving right along into the tarot portion where we get into the details here. We've got the Fool in reverse coming in right off, right out front, which is about, it's a cautionary tale for me about using your wisdom, you know, the knowledge that you've gained from your experiences, not ignoring that as you are embarking on a new relationship. You don't want to just, you know, keep repeating a pattern because you're not being fully aware, or because you're rushing in, or because you know, you're being led by your nose or by your feelings without using your head. You need to use your head. This is the World in reverse. So I feel like for some of you, things have changed quite a bit. Your perspective, your environment, how you were getting along with another person, or the people that you were trying to get along with, things have changed quite a bit over the last, I don't know, few months or so, for sure. And so because of that, You are starting new. You are starting fresh. You are starting over. You have an idealistic view here, or you have your vision of what it is that you want, but that thing did not materialize in the way that you wanted to. You have, you inherently know what it is that you desire in terms of the relationship, but then when it doesn't happen, you've got to make a decision about what to do about that. And the decision is not to stay, of course, and clearly you're not staying, but it's important to know it moving forward so that you won't end up in another relationship like it. So we've got the Judgment coming in. Judgment to me is about timing and waiting and being patient and doing the work. There's days of judgment. We all go through our moments of reckoning around a relationship. And knowing when the relationship is dead, it's over with, it can't move on. But that takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes soul diving and digging in a little deeper into your own psyche and finding out, why you may be having these same patterns over and over again, if you're having that, or why you may have allowed yourself to get into a relationship that you were not happy in. And it could be that you stayed in it or you got in it, but either way, it's about assessing that and really being clear with yourself about who you are and about your personal needs, and the difference between needs and wants as far as relationships are concerned, your deal breakers versus what you're willing to tolerate or what you can work with if a person doesn't have all the pieces in place, because no one's going to be perfect, and you already know that part. But it's like, what part of the imperfections are you willing to work around? I'm seeing that you may need some advice about this, like you may need to go to an older person or somebody who has been through this experience before, where they can share with you some wisdom and show you, give you some tools to work with, share with you some insight about their experiences in relationships. Could be an older person, but it could just be somebody who's also gone through what you have gone through, that you'll want to communicate with about this, because this is an issue of perception, how you perceive yourself, how you perceive the relationship with the other person, how you perceived the other person, and how you receive and perceive other people in general, because I feel like this might be a pattern for you, or you might have found yourself in a pattern, a relationship pattern that you're not happy with. And if it is a pattern, then you got to understand why you're seeking that pattern, which of course can go back to childhood, can go back to a whole lot of other, or the earlier part of your relating in terms of romantic relationships. You could go all the way back to your first boyfriend or your first girlfriend or your first partner of any kind that you've been with, and what may have happened in that relationship. You could be carrying remnants of that into your other relationship that you're unaware of. So we have this Five of Wands here, which is about your inner spirit being able to come out into the light, being able to show your self, your unadulterated, unapologetic self to those people around who might be potential partners for you in the future. Being able to come clean, being able to show your full self, not being hesitant about doing that. And then with the this is the Six of Swords here. This is you being kind of pushed off the shore into something else. There may be, you may need a little push, and you may need a little push from the outside to get that going. But again, I'm seeing you focusing on this aspect of the self, the aspects of the self that you may have been not hiding, but like you're just not sure that you want everybody to see all aspects of yourself, and so therefore you keep you can be a little demure, you might be like a little cagey, or you might be trying to keep an air of mystery about yourself. But if you really want a powerful, strong, committed somebody who's going to be your ride or die, then you got to bring all your forces into play so that they know what they're getting into and you know what you're getting into. So it's open honesty that we're looking for. I'm seeing with this Emperor in reverse, and I mean with this Emperor in the upright and the Knave of Swords in reverse, that this communication, that what's being communicated to you around the foundations of relationships is that there's something else that's better. There's always this idea that there's something else that's better. Yeah, it might be better about one. They may be better in one way, but not in another way. So there's always give and take in a relationship, and that give and take happens on all levels, right? So it may be give and take in terms of I am taking care of the household needs, and you are making sure that the kids get fed. Okay, dinner is cooked. It could be that I am sharing my full self with you, and then I expect for you to share your full self with me. It could be about I'm going to be 100% honest with you, and I want you to be 100% honest with me. And that way we're working on that give and take in that way. But this is about maturing, and it's about coming into getting a relationship that's more solid and that's more stable, and that can start to represent a foundational relationship for you, Sagittarius, as you're moving into your next phase of life. And I feel like that's what you're needing and wanting. Yep, because we've got the Two of Chalices here. So you are looking for a relationship right now. But again, there's some things that have to be let go of and released from the past. And then there's this, whatever it is that you're not sharing or not exposing about yourself needs to come to the forefront. You got to be willing to be exposed. And then that's where your King of Chalices energy comes in. And it doesn't matter if this is male or female, whether you are male or female identifying in this case. It's really about maturity and love. It's about being able to really set a foundational relationship for yourself. This is not about like, I'm here today and gone tomorrow. And Sagittarius, I know you guys are fluid and you like to move around. But for some of you, you really do, or you really are finding that you need a more solid, stable relationship. And it's just going to require the honesty, the level of honesty a level of honesty that you have not yet reached prior to now. So it's a level of honesty that you're going to have to reach for, and you'll know the right person that comes along, because when you deliver that level of honesty and truthfulness, and you are exposing aspects of yourself that you might not have exposed in the past, that person will hear you, feel you, sense you, and they will be accepting of it. You won't feel awkward about expressing. That person won't make you feel awkward about expressing your full self. In fact, they will encourage it. So that's how you know when you're dealing with the right person. A lot of times when we're communicating about these things that are deep in us, we feel apprehensive, like we feel like, I don't know if I really want to tell this person this because they might think this, or, or this is just something I want to keep to myself. But you never know how those little things may change someone's view. For the negative or the positive, it doesn't matter. It's about really owning and accepting yourself, and then understanding that when you give your full self to a situation, if that other person cannot in whatever ways handle it, then that's for the best. It's best that you put it all out there, and then that way the person can make a decision about whether they can deal with you or not, and then you don't spend an exorbitant amount of time trying to work through an issue that you were never going to be able to work through anyway, because the person fundamentally does not fit with you and your journey and your path. Okay? So that is your relationship reading for February. If you would like to take a deeper dive, you can find me at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. You can also check the web and all of the other services that we have. We offer Reiki and chakra healings. We also do coaching, or intuitive life management is what we call it. Being able to learn how to manage your life intuitively, because it's not about you following anybody else. It's about being able to follow your own path, and we're here to teach you how to get on that track. So I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a fabulous February. And as always, I hope you're having a wonderful life.